I've been thinking a lot about comfort films lately. 'Tis the season, of course. But the real reason why is because last year I realized I considered two very unusual films to be comfort films for me. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and The Pale Blue Eye. Two very dark mystery thrillers that are very gothic. And most recently, I saw The Ring for the first time. And as I was watching this film, I began to get those similar feelings again. And once I finished it, it solidified it. I knew that I was getting the same sensations, the same feeling that this is a weird form of comfort for me. And I found this very strange because though I watch a lot of horror, I wouldn't consider myself a big horror fan. So I began to ask myself why, because I do like dark films, but they're not all comforting to me. Upon much thought, I think I figured out why. It's atmosphere. I think we all can identify what makes a comfort film. It's usually a feel-good story, it's escapism, and most commonly, nostalgia. Though I think that's all true, I think atmosphere is the key that goes unnoticed. I realized these three films all had similar things in common. They have an engaging protagonist, a compelling mystery that needs to be solved, and just a very distinct world that you could disappear into. The color grading, the cinematography, the music, it all just adds a very distinct atmosphere once I put it into perspective. There's like the snowy, the cold, the moodiness, that weather is just cozy to me. When I apply this thought process to more normal picks, I see they all have their own distinct atmosphere. None of these films have a plain score or a mundane world. Even a film like The Holdovers, which is one of the latest additions to my comfort film list. That story follows a New England teacher and student as they embark on an unlikely friendship of self-growth together. The plot sounds very just feel-good, campy, and it could be a Hallmark film. But the film has a very distinct atmosphere, very distinct world that I know most people connected to. The film did very well, critically and financially, I believe. The film takes place in the 1970s, but the filmmaking style is of the 90s, and it just gives us the film an overall nostalgic feel, even though it just came out in 2023. And there's a recurring song that really just ties together this film's atmosphere. Comfort films are a very subjective thing, so I'm not advocating that those three dark films have some sort of comfort in them, that they just need to see what I see. But again, it's just my thought process, what I discovered. I think it's applicable to all of them. To more traditional films also like Harry Potter, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Home Alone, Howl's Moving Castle. Even certain video games. I know a lot of people feel a cozy nostalgia for dark games like Silent Hill and just games with a lot of atmosphere. And I know I feel that way for God of War. Just thinking about the music and the journey those characters go on just makes me want to make a cup of Earl Grey and play for hours. I think speaking for myself, personally, escapism is what makes a comfort film to me. And I find that more than nostalgia or a feel-good story, a stimulating atmosphere is where I most want to escape. But yeah, those are my little rambles on escapism, atmosphere, comfort films. I'd be curious to know, what are your unusual comfort films? Because yeah, like I said, there's plenty. There's Lord of the Rings. I love Star Wars, but I wouldn't consider those comfort films, but I know those are commonly comfort films. Christmas, there's so many out there. When Harry Met Sally, I love that film. There's plenty of films that just have that very distinct atmosphere, the soundtracks, the world, it's just so like you want to disappear there. But yeah, thanks for watching.